Welcome once again to Learner's Coach. We want to take a look at how to register and renew your nursing license if at all you are a nurse here in Kenya. And for those of us maybe who undertook their studies outside Kenya and you want to have a license, also this is the right platform to be in. So if you're wondering how you should go about registering and of course renewing your nursing license, then kindly check within the description. I've shared the link to this particular article from our website, right? I just wrote it recently. So for my viewers or rather my followers who like listening and maybe viewing, this is your chance to understand how you can be able to go about this registration process and of course renewing these particular licenses. Now, as you are aware, if you're in Kenya, you can't really practice, or rather you can't proceed with your nursing activities if you're not registered. So it's very, very important for you to know what is required for you to be able to practice as a nurse. Now, attention should be brought to this particular part of this article. Like, we have two types of trained nurses that will require this type of licensing, and kindly be reminded that this license is provided right by one body known as the Nursing Council of Kenya. So it is the institution that is mandated to register all nurses in Kenya. So it should be done via their portal, Nursing Council of Kenya. And of course, let me just take you straight to that particular portal so that you get familiar with it. So as you can see, I've opened the official portal for this particular Nursing Council of Kenya. So all you need to do, first of all, if you are not registered yet, you need to click here, create account, right? So that it can take you through the registration process, which is very easy. So you have to select which category. If you are doing nursing practitioner or nursing as a student, right, you should select the best option here, right? You provide your registration number, right, or your NCK index number, ID number, email, confirm. Then you click on register this particular for online services. Then you'll check your email, right, for verification process, and then you can be able to proceed to the platform, right? So once you are within the platform, you can do very many things, right? Of course, you can renew your license, which you are looking at. So kindly just proceed to this particular platform and register, right? So back to our topic, how to renew, first of all, a nursing license. So of course you need to pay some non-refundable renewal fee of 2,000, right, Kenya shillings. Either you can do it using the National Council of Kenya form, right? This particular registration and renewal is done online from the portal that I've shown you. So there are two types of nurses that can be able to get the license. This is nurses that are trained in Kenya. Remember, I mentioned the two types of nurses, and those nurses that are trained outside Kenya. So maybe it's important to understand the procedure that is required, right? Like, for example, nurses trained in Kenya are grouped under 4 categories. So before you register, you need to determine which category you belong to, whether you did the Bachelor of Science in Nursing, category 1, right, you can see here, and of course you have 2, right, and the third one, of course, also is Bachelor of Nursing graduates who are upgrading from RN are required to proceed, right, for some self-sponsored internship. So kindly take note of this. These are the groups or categories that you need to fulfill before you register, right? So you don't just go and register. And of course, Bachelor of Science in Nursing graduates who have undertook or have taken 1 year internship with either government or self-sponsored. So going maybe deep into our discussion, for the nurses who are trained in Kenya, these are the process, or these are the requirements, as you have already looked at from the 4 categories. You need to have attained a Bachelor of Science in Nursing, completed some internship, you have done and sat the national license examination, and then you wait for that particular results, right? And of course you need to be approved, and you'll receive a practice license and registration certificate within 72 hours and 4 weeks respectively within those particular period. So You need to understand that there are those people also who have done this particular nursing outside Kenya. So you have to prove that you have attained the required skills and knowledge by Kenyan standards, right, before beginning the registration process. So this is if you have done it, you are nursing outside Kenya, so you have to go through this. So you contact the National Council, Nursing Council of Kenya, through their website, where you wait for them to verify your qualifications, right? If they are satisfied, they'll invite you for some kind of interview, right, by the registration and licensing committee. So they'll give you some kind of written licensure examination, and of course you'll undergo some clinical placement for some 24 weeks, right? So kindly take note of that if you are from outside, right? Now it's also worth noting, right, that the qualifications required for you to be allowed to undergo standardization as a nurse who is trained outside Kenya, these are also additional requirements, right? You must have completed the nursing program, registered and licensed by the country of training. So if you did it in Zimbabwe, you must have been licensed there first. You must have met the Nursing Council of Kenya minimum entry requirement for nursing programs, and of course you must have done some kind of official application, attach the relevant documents, and so on. So what are the requirements? What are the fee requirements here, right? So for basic programs you will pay 5,000, but this is subject to change anyway. And of course for post basic specialization programs, 7,000. For practice license fee for nurses, 5,000. And of course practice license fee for Kenyan nurses trained outside Kenya, 2,000. And of course for non-Kenyans who are trained outside Kenya, you will pay 5,000, which is equivalent to $50 US. Right. So the application process, as I mentioned, you have to go to the portal, right? Select category, whether you're a practitioner or student, as you have already seen. Enter your index number. You have to produce to offer your registration number after you've already been verified, and of course input your email, confirm registration, log into your email, activate it, update your profile. So here's the most important part. So you have to click on the registration and licensing tab, then you select application for practice license, which that is very, very important. So you have to fill in your work experience, qualifications, scan your uploaded documents, then click next. You enter your registration transaction number that you paid, right? Then submit your application, print the application notification, wait for the next 30 days, and you'll be emailed or texted through the phone number that you've provided. So kindly note that these are the essential documents that you need to have, right, when you're applying for license or you're renewing for that matter. So ideally you need to have the national ID or passport. You have to have the NCK examination result slip, of course your academic result slip, original professional certificate, 2 colored passport size photos, a CBD logbook as a proof, right? Additional, for those who are trained outside Kenya, you'll need to provide these additional documents, which are very essential, right? Original transcript, curriculum vitae, copies of college certificate, verification by registering board, right? So you need to have that if you trained outside Kenya. Now the renewal procedure, as I mentioned, first you need to factor in the payment, right, fee. So you need to pay 2,000. If you need to do express processing, you'll pay 4,000. If this is for renewal purpose, you'll have to select the renewal for practice license. Remember, the first one was for the application, the new application, but if you are renewing, so you have to select the renewal for application practice license. So ideally that is the difference between the first and the last. And of course you need to enter that particular transaction number, and of course you submit your application and you print the application notification. So the license will be available to you within 30 days. So you'll be notified by a text message or via email, right? So I think Someone might ask, which is the best option? Should we do the renewal and application physically, or which is the best? Now, nowadays, the online option is the easiest, because even if you go physically to those particular offices, they'll always tell you to go to the online portal to download those particular forms. So it's convenient for you just to do it right away through the online process. So I believe this particular video has really given you some kind of insights or other information on how you should go about registering and renewing your nursing license in Kenya, be it that you learned here in Kenya or you studied abroad and you're a Kenyan citizen. So should you find it useful, kindly like the video, and of course don't forget to subscribe. All right, thanks.